Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing on this bright Monday? Try to put it over there where you can see Frank a little bit better. So glad to be with y'all this morning, bright and early. Love a good Monday morning. You know, I also love a good cliche. A good cliche, I find, is a cliche because for it to catch on, it had to be a really good expression to begin with, right? So there's a reason we think outside the box. And I think we think that because we realize that we've got to be a little more creative when we're problem solving than thinking according to the old rules, the old ways of doing things, and be willing to be a little bit innovative. So it's been occurring to me lately, this new expression of think before the box. Let me give you an example, and this is something that hopefully you can use either in your business, if you have a business, or even in your personal life if you're trying to figure out how to sell more Girl Scout cookies this year for the troop. Let me give you an example. We have a B&B reservation company called AbsoluteCharm.com. We have long been one of the top, if not the top, reservation services in our town. We represent close to 200 different properties. Be sure and check that out, AbsoluteCharm.com. Tons of beautiful little B&B cottages, vacation rentals. So as you can imagine, over the years, competition comes in, right? Not just from within our community, but worldwide. So now we all have VRBO.com to deal with. We have Airbnb.com. So recently, some of my staff was saying we need to look at our SEO. And I find a lot of people don't yet know what SEO is. So if you're in business, you need to know what this means. It means search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is things that go on in the background of your website to push you up in the rankings. It's what keeps you from being on page 25 and eventually get you to page 1 of Google. So your search engine optimization is very important. Typically, this has to be to move quickly. It has to be, you have to be helped by someone that knows how to do meta tags, all this kind of stuff that's over my head. It's certain ways of coding your website so that Google knows you've got the right stuff. It knows that you got the answers that people are searching. Google really only wants to show quality content. Why do we all prefer Google to Yahoo and Bing and all the others? Because we get better results, right? So Google knows to give you better results based on your content. So it's looking for sites that have authority and really tell you what you need to, not spammy little worthless sites. So if you go Google your hometown or your business or anything close to it, at the top you're going to see ads. Those are paid for per click, right? We all go into Google AdWords and we say, to be in that spot, I will pay X per click. So there's pay-per-click advertising. But much better, there is the organic SEO advertising, because how many times do you pass up those ads and you want to go down to all the results below that, right? You want to do that because you know those didn't pay to be there. They're there because Google says they're good. Google says they have the answer I'm looking for. So your organic ranking is everything. So sorry, this is almost over. I think it's cold. So you have your search engine optimization. So my team comes to me and says, we need to do better for our AbsoluteCharm.com on our SEO. I thought, how are we going to do that? We're already number 1. Now, if you go look at our page, you may go, well, look up Fredericksburg, Texas, bed and breakfast. That's our key phrase, right? People coming to stay with us, that's what they're searching. Frank, what's scratching?
Can I help you?
Large black coffee, please.
Large black coffee, anything else?
That's it.
Just pull up here. First one, thank you.
Thank you. But we are number 1 because the only things you'll find above us will be bedandbreakfast.com, VRBO, Airbnb, national, international sites that you're never going to beat out for that ranking, right? You're just not. So, basically, as far as I'm concerned, we're ahead of everything local. So I'm like, how much higher can we get than that? So the problem is not where we rank. We rank as high as we will ever rank. We have spent all there is to spend. We've done all there is to do. The problem is that there are still others that rank ahead of us that we can never beat. So what are we going to do? Thinking outside that box is not going to work. I'm unlikely to ever beat Airbnb, right, in organic rankings. So what do I have to do? I have to catch my client before they get there. That's the before the box. So I start thinking, and I'm like, you know what? So what do people search before they type in Fredericksburg, Texas, vacation rentals or B&Bs Or even worse, here's something that I really can't control. A lot of us have developed a habit. If you're going to go to a town, how many of you have gone straight in your URL box and typed in Airbnb.com? And you've gone straight there, and then you've put the city where you're going to travel. Or you've gone and you put straight in VRBO.com, and you put the city where you're going to travel. That's real hard for me to stop, right? That's learned behaviors and patterns that people are doing. So my thought is, I need to catch folks before they get to that step. That would be the smartest thing to do, right? So to me, the most likely way to do that is, of course, to get people who type in just Fredericksburg, Texas. If you type in just Fredericksburg, Texas, I would say there's at least half the people before they go looking for accommodations are going to say, let's look at the town in general. Let's see what's happening this weekend. Let's check an events calendar. Let's read about the wineries. So I want to go back for that term. You're like, well, yeah, this is pretty obvious. And we've always paid, tried to get on that page, but getting on the homepage of that is really tough because now you're competing with Fredericksburg restaurants, Fredericksburg wineries, everything if you look at just the term Fredericksburg, Texas, right? So, and if you're a paid ad on there, that's great, but number one, people have low trust for paid ads. They like the organic content. Frank is on a roll this morning. Number two, it's extremely expensive. The broader your search term is, the more you will pay per click. I haven't looked lately, I need to, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's, I'm going to guess, in the $4 range for someone to click on your ad under the term Fredericksburg, Texas, because there's a lot of competition for that term. Because again, I'm competing with wineries who are bidding, I'm competing with restaurants, as well as lodging. Thank you. So I don't really want to play that game either, and it's expensive, and people don't really trust it anyway. So how am I going to get around that? Well, let me tell you what our answer is. Thank you. Our answer is, we bought and are completely revamping a fabulous, fabulous website that, as far as I'm concerned, is about the top ranked for the entire term, Fredericksburg, Texas. This site is Fredericksburg, Texas Online. And the way I say it's number one is there are 3 sites ahead of it. It's the city offices. No tourist is going to see those and get all excited, right? Sanitation department. Wikipedia, same thing. No one's really going to care about Wikipedia. Number 3 is the Convention and Visitor Bureau, which isn't bad, but it's a typical, quasi-government run organization. So as you can imagine, the website is not going to blow your socks off. Right after those 3 is Fredericksburg, Texas Online. So what we've done is we have purchased that. If you listen often, you've heard me talk about this a little. But the site is really, really dated. We knew that when we bought it. It's about a 12-year-old site that was state of the art when we bought it, I promise you. But as years go by, things start to not look as great. And it looks really bad right now because time has just marched on. So we bought it knowing we were going to have to spend an incredible amount of time and money, hire a full-time photographer and copywriting to rebuild the entire site of Fredericksburg, Texas Online. So we've been spending, 4 months probably photographing pretty much the entire town on our nickel. Because it's really hard when you do things the way most people want to do, is go out and get ads and sponsors up front when you can't even show them what you're selling them, right? So we're building Fredericksburg, Texas Online out of our pocket. And it is spectacularly beautiful. I can tell you the site is so close to launching. I'm really annoyed they're already a month overdue. I was supposed to be live sometime about a month ago. But Fredericksburg, Texas Online should be live soon, and it is going to be spectacular. It's going to be a game changer. So what do I mean by get ahead of the box? So thinking outside of the box is trying to find new ways to advertise within pay-per-click and raise our SEO, which I've talked about. We can't get ahead of Airbnb. We can't. I mean, they're international. But Fredericksburg, Texas Online is already there. So my best odds are to get people who are typing in Fredericksburg, Texas first. And then they're going to open, if they go, I don't want city offices, convention, no, Wikipedia. What's this? This is a tourism site. They open it. It's beautiful. So hopefully they never get around to going to Airbnb, VRBO, or anything else that could be ahead of us, because we've made them want to stay at Fredericksburg, Texas Online, because literally everything they could want to know is here. And of course, the big 3 tabs across the front are going to be play here, stay here, move here. So why are we willing to take the risk of spending all this money up front to build this beautiful site? Because needless to say, we are going to have massive impact in 2 of those buttons, right?
Did you have the large copy?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really in all three of them, because Play here includes wine tours, and my daughter has a wine tour, as y'all know. Absolute Charm Wine Tours, check it out. Best wine tour on the planet. So you got Play here, which is going to be everything else. All the fun stuff, shops, wineries, wine tours, all of it. Stay here, right in the middle of the page, is going to, of course, take you into Absolute Charms B&Bs. And only Absolute Charms B&Bs. So if you want to get the kind of major exposure explosion that's about to happen, you're going to need to be with us. And then the final tab, Move Here, of course, is going to lead into all of our real estate offerings so that our clients, be they B&B homeowners or real estate clients, sellers or buyers, you're going to get the best service, the best positioning that no one else can offer you. End of story. Game over, right? But that's by thinking, to me, before the box, before they get into that box of, well, I'm on Airbnb, let's go to Fredericksburg, and dang, there's 900 things to look at. And guess what? Everything we represent is on there, by the way. We have all of our properties everywhere they can be. We take care of that for our clients. But nonetheless, it's a noisy place. And if you leave us and you go straight there and do that, you're still in a noisy place. So we are going to create, within days now, we're that close, where the main button, middle page, if you type in your dates on this beautiful site and say you're coming to Fredericksburg for lodging, guess what your options are? All of the most spectacular properties of Absolute Charm B&Bs. So whatever it is in your business or even personal life, think of how can you catch people ahead of time. If this is the bottleneck of competition, this is where you just don't know how to do any more than you're doing. Or maybe you do, and don't jump ahead if you haven't done everything you can do there, right? Always start at the point of least resistance. So if you haven't done everything you can do to be the best you can possibly be for the term Fredericksburg, Texas Bed and Breakfast, then we don't stop yet, right? We keep going, and we're there. So now we have to go, how do we catch them before they even get here? Is there a place? Is there a way that you can catch their eye, catch their ear? Because life and business is all about one word: attention. It's all about attention, right? We have to catch their attention. So I need to catch the attention of the B&B person who's going to come to Fredericksburg before they hit vrbo.com. And I think my best shot to do that is to get them when they just type in Fredericksburg, Texas, right? This site is amazing for one thing, even though it looks a mess right now because we don't have the new version live yet. I've talked to friends that I didn't know, haven't known for very long, who say, oh, I have looked at that site, I bet 50 to 100 times over the last 12 years coming to Fredericksburg. That is the authority site. So what better way than to buy it, fix it, revamp it, improve it? So that, I would say, is definitely thinking before the box. Catch them before the bottleneck, and you will see some great results. Hope that's of help to you guys. I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing an interview today with a couple of my friends. I'm going to be doing it in a women's in real estate group, but I will share the link when it's done. We're going to be doing a little hashing and debating about Gary V's comments. If you follow Gary Vaynerchuk, his comments about home ownership and how he made the comments he'd rather see people rent than own a home. So you know there's always an asterisk. Gary V's no dummy. But we're going to dig into that and look at some of the back end of his comments. We're having a good time. I'll be speaking with the lovely and highly influential Glenda LeBlanc, excuse me, in Baker in Atlanta, Georgia, down in Georgia. And I will be also speaking with Robin Eccles up in Utah. And these powerful ladies are going to share their insights. So that's later today, and I will share the link. Those of you who care about the debate of rent versus own, or are fans of Gary V, will want to tune in. Hope you have a wonderful week and look forward to talking to y'all soon. Bye.